This is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Hey, family, I'm really not going to be on too long. I was going to go live on my Facebook page, right? My Facebook live stream. But starting at the end of the month, starting October the 1st, I have two people that I'm working with. And right now, I don't want to mention like what show they're on right now, but they're going to leave their show and they're coming over to the Couch Conversation with me. And they're going to do their regular podcast show. But guess what? I thought we was talking about like live stream, Facebook, Yahoo, YouTube, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of that stuff. Now I'm thinking we're actually just live streaming, but they do TV. So now the Couch Conversation with my uh, uh, anonymous partners, and I will be sharing them with y'all, right? But right now we setting everything up where we're going to start streaming, and not just that we're going to be streaming, we're going to be on TV like Roku, Vimeo. So uh we talking about getting the broadband where, say, like, while we on TV, it will reach out towards like the Ukraine and all this type of stuff. So we trying to make sure we're able to stretch it out. And mind you, I'm thinking that they do the live stream like I do, restream, but they actually do TV. So now we're adding TV to the Couch Conversation. So they're gonna be doing their shows on Monday at 5. I'm because they only do a half an hour. They do. I'm sorry, y'all. They do their shows on Mondays at 5:30. 5:30 to 6 o'clock. And then on Wednesday, we're going to do the Couch Conversation from 5 o'clock to maybe 6:15 or 6:30. But I told them, because y'all know I talk a lot, right? I talk a lot. So actually, they teasing me about all that too. But the thing is to have it more structured. You know what I mean? So we won't be. I don't want us. I don't want it to be sloppy. If you understand what I'm saying. Where we on here and we all around here. No, I want us to really, when we get into talking about certain situations or crisis, whenever we put on this TV show and all that, right? When we come on, and I want us, when we have a guest and everything, I want us to actually be able to share solutions with the public. That's where I'm at with everything. And then we're going to do the Teen Talk Show. So that probably will go TV wise too, right? Because I want to help embrace our children as far as them talking about where they at, what's going on, education, school, trades, or whatever they want to do. I actually, I'm looking at the Teen Talk Show to be a voice for the teenagers. So I probably keep it with that name, Teen Talk Show. And that's something that I'm going to produce for our teenagers. So we are going to be looking for sponsors. We're going to be looking for people who have businesses, and you might want us to advertise your business. So, we'll take that time out to do a commercial for you. So we're looking at all of this. We're looking at all of this. So we're looking to bring more people aboard. We are looking for like-minded members. So say, like, if you want to, because if you want space on the air and everything, you can come too. Because, we trying to, once we get to moving, we want to fill in slots. Then it might be a time frame that we all can start where the regular business might be going on and you can come in with your talk show. So we want to fix the room up so everything will be right there for you. I'm telling you, man. We said, TT, I call her TT, right? She was she shared the vision with me that she had about like God opened up the doors and God opened up windows, right? This is what's starting to happen now. And I'm going to tell y'all, I have not felt like this in a long time. I have two people that's God-fearing women. And I feel like I got two people to hold me up now. I mean, I have never, ever, ever felt like that in a long time. I don't even know if I really felt like that. Where you know, it feel like you have two angels. And that's what I told him. I was telling him, I just feel like God put them here to hold me up. So everything basically, I might say, I'm gonna just call her B, right? Because I don't want to put her whole name out until they leave that show and come over here. But B and TT, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what God is doing, but I'm telling you, it's just a beautiful feeling. It's amazing, and it's like I can't really find the words to describe where it's at. And not only that, y'all know I got the one house where I put people in. Then I got the house next door to it. So I got two houses side by side now. And I'm just looking at God, y'all. I'm just looking at God, y'all. So a lot of y'all that might, and I don't want to talk negative, that really, I don't know. It's more like if you're not there for me, and I've been reaching out to a lot of people, and I guess it was God's will not for y'all to help or support whatever I'm doing. But understand this, and I shared with them today, and I stopped on Washington Boulevard today with a group of people that's feeding the homeless people, and I told them I need them. I need y'all because they God-fearing people too. So I'm really trying to surround myself, be honest with y'all, with people that's truly God-filled, and I'm talking about like for Jesus Christ, like-minded people doing the same things in the community. I've signed back up. So if any of my Communities United members hear this, I am a member again. I signed back up to be a member. But this time my goal is to focus more on the housing part. So I don't want to talk too much about that, but somebody supposed to got fired that was doing the housing part. And I told them, I'm talking to them, that mind you, I am who I am. I said, y'all need to bring her back. As the board, they need to bring her back because she did a good job with the housing complex, with going around having people like in the Gilmore home come out to the meetings, and the McCullough homes come out to the meetings. So my thing is, she did a good job throughout the years. Y'all need to get her back. I always come in with that control attitude. But no, when you got people that, she's good at what she do. And the goal with that is because of the housing part, I want to get a better understanding of the ins and the outs of the housing part now. So if I have to become that organizer for the housing, I will. Because the reason why I'm saying that, I want to be able to, like the homeless and less fortunate people, or people that might have put applications in for housing and stuff like that, and they reach out to us. And when I say us, I'm talking about my team. When they reach out to us, we can do the necessary work to find out why you're not into that government house yet, or why they haven't, gave you a Section 8 yet. Like you got people that might have been waiting on a Section 8 for about 2-3 years now, or 20 years. I'm just using that as an example, right? People who they never heard back from. Well, your name ain't on the list no more because if they haven't dealt with you like that, it's like it's thrown away. So sometimes they have to be done all over again. But this time, be honest with y'all, I want to better understand, I guess, the laws with like fighting for fair houses and wages and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons why I came back to Communities United. I'm sorry, Baltimore, Maryland. And this time, I want a lot of us to come together. And I'm going to run it, 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 because this is what I'm going to say. For a lot of you peoples that think the amendments won't work for you, yes, they will. You have to come together and fight. I didn't know about this word like ratify or ratification, right? And they can go into the amendments, certain ones, and from what I was reading, it's like the amendments is written in stone. I'm just using it. Don't quote me. I'm just telling you from what I was reading. They're written in stone, but you can kind of add to it. If you understand what I'm saying, you can ratify it to kind of fit whatever situation that we're dealing with. And I'm gonna say this as Black people. So I want y'all to know, for a lot of y'all that feels like the amendments or the constitutional rights only work for the white people, whatever, get out of that. Please get out of that. Please get out of that. Because now, see, what I'm saying is, and I learned this from dealing with Communities United too. So I call Communities United the baby branch of the NAACP, because that's what they do. They fight for your democracy. They fight for your civil rights, your equal rights, your constitutional rights. And with me, that's all I want to do. Say like if something coming down the pipe and we need to fight against a bill or fight against something to get them to change it, to cater more of the less fortunate people, because that's what Communities United is all about. They all about fighting, I'm going to say, for your low, and y'all hear me say that all the time, basically for your low to moderate income people who tend to don't be treated fair by the justice system and all this type of stuff, right? So I'm saying that because that's why I became a part of Communities United back then. So I'm becoming a part of Communities United now with all of this so we can fight. But I'm telling y'all now, every time when I start hearing certain people, oh, the amendments ain't gonna work for us, they are for the white people. Don't come with me like that. Please don't. Because the whole goal is for us, we gotta come together and make it work for us, for our betterment. We gotta make them work. And the reason why I'm saying that, because a lot of times when I would go with Communities United and other organizations, we might go to DC, we might go to New York, we might go to travel around to help other nationalities fight for the community they're in for support, right? And I realized just from me traveling that the Black community is not the only community that suffers. And from what I understand, and this is what the Democrats supposed to do, watch where I go. They supposed to fight for Black, brown, immigrants, and the LGBT. They supposed to fight for their equal rights, civil rights, constitutional rights here in Baltimore City. Read up about them. So now look at the NAACP. They supposed to fight for the African American, right? They supposed to fight for your democracy, your civil rights, your equal rights, your constitutional rights. That's what Communities United does. But check this out. When I was at Communities United, Jane, I love you, I love you, I love you, because she was a white director, right? And God knows she ain't had no problem walking into the ghetto, right? And I used to tell her, you gotta stop that, because you know she white. And I would invite y'all to come out, and y'all will come out and help support and fight. But some people don't like white people in certain leadership. I mean, leading them. And I was explaining to somebody the other day, I said, you got to understand this. When you have a white person looking over Black people, it's like that slave master watching over his flock or his slaves. To me, they don't need to put a lot of white polices in Black communities. Because once again, it's like that slave master looking over top of his slaves. And I know people know it, right? I know they know it. it do not look right. So I mean, I'm not saying don't let some come in, but it should be more of the same, like black people into the black communities. Now you can have white people working in there too. I'm talking about the police, but you got to understand, no freaking way in the world, as a black man, I know how it feels to be a white man. And nowhere in the world a white man can really understand the chaos and confusion that a lot of black people go through. Because if they feel like they is more privileged, now I'm not gonna say they don't go through stuff too, don't get it wrong. Because basically the people that struggles a lot is the people that don't, I'm gonna say, live below poverty or stuff like that, because they depend more on the state and the government. They depend more on these programs to help them make it through life. And that's the whole point of why they doing what they do now. And a lot of y'all know the guns is coming into Baltimore City like crazy. When I was younger and had a gun when I was 15, it took me, it was like hard to get a gun. Now you can get them from like the corner store or the bubblegum machine, because it's been set up for our people with that mindset to take each other out. And a lot of us know that. A lot of people that I work with, as far as the community stuff, they understand that the black community has been set up to wipe each other out. And y'all allowing your children, your sons and your daughter, to do exactly what's been put into place. Now, if they out there hustling and they lacing their drugs with the fentanyl or the opioid, that's poison to take the people out. But they do it because they want to try to keep you coming back. But it's more overdose as far as killings with the fentanyl. We got 300 and something murders for the last past going on 8 years now, I believe. 300 and something. We got about 3 times that much, and with the fentanyl killing our people, overdosing and stuff like that. Now I'm gonna mention her name, Van. Van is gonna become a part of what we do with fighting around in the community, right? She looking for her nephew. She sent me a message when I was on the live, and she was saying something about how the young boy that at Maribel that got killed, right? Or whatever. I didn't go all into it. So if I'm saying some of the wrong stuff, please forgive me, y'all. Because sometimes I hear a lot of stuff, and because I don't want to be overwhelmed, I won't go in and like research a lot. So I might read up on certain things and be like, God dang, something like that. But I don't have a clear understanding of what actually happened. So if I mimic just a little bit, I'm only sharing a little bit from what I got, right? And I remember Brandon Scott making a statement because, he went to Maribel. So he was talking about the Mustangs and stuff, and he was talking about the guy. Now, mind you, I'm only hearing this. I'm hearing it, but I'm not feeding a lot into it because there's so much going on around in Baltimore City, y'all. I had to back up some. I had to back up because sometimes I feel like I'm the only one, and I know I'm not, but the only person that's actually out there. And when I wear my yellow vest, that's because I'm in the community trying to do certain things. So I'm trying to be part of or make people feel comfortable with me around. You got me? So now, and sometimes I go on Twitter. I haven't been on Twitter in maybe a week or two, but I will go on Twitter. That's how I keep up with the murders and all of that, or whatever that's going on in Baltimore City, because you got the Baltimore cops or Charm City cops, they posting stuff. Then you got the murders thing, they posting stuff. And then you got, what's her name, Joyce Green. So basically, I think she's a police, but they posting stuff. So a lot of times I'll go over there to see what happened around the city. Or I'll go to, what is it, that news thing that I get. camera action lights. They say something simply message say camera action lights and stuff, right? But I'll just go on to touch on certain little things because I don't want to overwhelm myself. Because my goal is for us to try to work on stuff and slow it down as much as we can. So it feels like, be honest, a lot of people I know don't step up to the plate, y'all. And I'm talking about like church members. I got some church members that's out there, like Rodell Hall. He's with We Us Ours, and sometimes I go and get with them because you know me. It's like I'm a loner, and I do what I do. But I had to back up. Be honest, I started backing up, and when I started realizing that fighting against the system, which is our local leaders, the Democrats, and all of that. Y'all started telling me, Steve, you fighting against a losing system because they have to want things changed like you to want to see Baltimore move in a better place. So be honest with you, a lot of y'all was saying, back up, Steve, because this one you're not going to win, bro. They have to want the same changes made for Baltimore City that you want. So a lot of y'all put me on point and I began to back up. And the goal with that was to back up and connect with like-minded people that's actually doing the work to slow it down. It's a slow process, but we can slow it down a lot quicker. And I'm going to share this little thing too, because I don't want to be on too long. I sent Ross T. McNutt a message to let him know that we get ready to do a TV broadcasting thing too, right? And I really would love when I come on Wednesdays and talk about whatever we're doing to try to, reduce the crime rate. Because Ross want to come back. Ross is coming back. And their goal now, they not even waiting for Baltimore to say this. He not paying no attention to like the government and the police department. His thing is they don't want it. He trying to help Baltimore City slow this thing down, so they trying to get the money to come back and do it. But then, rather than him covering the whole Baltimore City, it's only certain zip codes that they're going to be, that plane going to be covering. So the thing with that, I'm trying to say, if your son and your daughter go out there and they feel like they want to go out there and continue doing what they're doing, violent criminal behaviors, and we get that 911 call, that's the only way we can collect that data to go and arrest them. We give the information to the detectives. The detectives got what they can, but this will give them extra to add on to what they have so they can come and get you. Because the good thing I like about that plane, they can track you back to the house you came out of first, or maybe that's second, right? They can track you back to the house you came out of to where you went to commit that crime or that murder. Then they can track you wherever you go from there. If you go back to the same place, they know that whoever shot whoever down on Penn and North came out that house. And because we have the cameras out there, Ross can connect to the city cameras, the whatever that's going on in the city, like watch cameras, tag readers. He can follow you through whatever communities you driving through with the cars, or rather you jump on a bus, they'll track you. Now I'm gonna tell you all this now. I love it. I love it. Because the reason why I'm saying this, because it's like I want y'all to warn your sons and daughters or family members that y'all know, and don't be dumb, out there raising hell on Baltimore City in your community. And y'all sit back and think it's normal. Now, guess what? I can say that now, but almost over 30 years ago, that was normal to me, because I came from that. And be honest with you, it felt like most of the people we dealt with was into what we was doing. So everything felt right. even though you know you was wrong. And that's what I be telling people. I said, really, it's a lot of times when you caught up in your wrong, you can justify and make that wrong right. And that's what we tend to do. We rationalize and we justify the most outrageous stuff to make it look like it's right. And please understand what I'm saying. I come from that. It wasn't until God removed me. And you know how you standing on the corner or you looking back over your life. I'm just using that as an example. But it's like I'm on the corner, right? I'm just standing out there looking around. And then I might look down the hill. And then if I say looking down the hill, that's me looking back at my past, right? And I see things and then I'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe I participated in such and such and such and such. And I'm telling you, sometimes just to this day, it blows my mind. And not just that it blows my mind. I'm 60 years old. 60. I never. And I fantasize though, but because of how I was living, when I turned 50, it blew me away. I was half a century. And now I'm 60. I'm like, I don't know. And I was look this. I ain't even know his name, but I know him. The guy said, "What's up, Steve? I see you doing such and such and such and such." I recognize that walk from anywhere. So he came up. And he was in the recovery program and stuff, right, and to the house and everything. And we both like 61. He's 61. I'm 60. But we was talking about how grateful. My body hurt and everything. And I used to hear older people say stuff like that, right? Their body hurt, their back hurt, this hurt, that hurt. And then I'm saying it. So it's like, oh my God. I don't know if y'all, can you really understand what I'm saying? 60 years old. And the only thing I want to do, because I know one day I'm going to die. I don't know how. Somebody might kill me. God might be old age. I don't know. I don't know. But guess what? I just want to help make a difference. That's not something that I choose, y'all. Because like I try to tell y'all to understand, my profession is tractor trailer. That's where my experience said. That's my profession. I'm a professional tractor trailer driver. Career minded. So I can tell y'all right now, this is all God. This is not something that I said I'm going to do when I get a certain age, blah, 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 blah. But the whole thing is to go back and help our people. I'm talking with the ladies today. We down the building. I gave them a tour through the building and, we talking and, we looking at things that when we talk with Fleet and we want to, my whole goal is whoever I'm working with, I want us to grow more, right? So whatever way I will be bringing clients to their program and housing and all of that. So when clients come through me, I'll send clients to them. I refer my clients to them. So God is doing some amazing stuff, y'all. He's getting ready, and we look TT in there dancing, she in there doing her little dance. Cause I'm like, I'm telling B, I'm like, you know what? I never felt like this in a long time. Or I never felt like this, and I feel like I have two angels now. And I told them, I said, I feel like it's like, I got two people holding me up, y'all. We get ready to blow this thing up in the name of Jesus. We're going to blow this thing up. And I'm going to tell y'all mainly what we was talking about because I'm going to get ready to get off, right? I want to go whoever suffering from, I'm going to say past trauma, or maybe being raped, being molested, being abused, abandonment issues, and they're trying to cope with it in the here and now. So my thing is, I want us to work with people like this, but working with you and getting you the proper help that you need so you can, I'm gonna say, be happy, joyous, and free, or live a normal life. You know what I mean? As possible. So we sitting there, and we talking about she was talking about starting a program like Heart to Hearts for women, something like that. But I said, go for it, because y'all know my heart is for people, period. And I'm sitting there telling them, right, because I'm looking to open up housing for women and children, for men and children, or a man's house, a woman's house, a couple's house. Well, not a couple house, but if we can mix them together and they don't act like fools, that's fine. Because I don't want you coming in my program arguing and fussing and fighting. So if you like that, I might not let you in if I know you're a maniac. But as long as I know I can talk with you and maybe calm you down, or when you see me, you give me that much respect to try to bring yourself down from whatever. So if you're dealing with schizophrenia, bipolar, and all of that, and it's like schizo, it's real bad. Because I was telling this little young guy that my goal is whoever your counselor is, your PRP or your therapist, because once I find out that you expressing certain behaviors, I call Melvin and talk with Melvin, and that's the owner of We Are One Family, and I say, oh, you got to get somebody on such and such and such and such. That's what I do, because my people, they God's people, but I'm just saying my people like family. That's why I say my people. They more like family to me. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I got peace in my life. I always had peace in my life, but I can be a total jerk when it's something that I'm real passionate about. So y'all know how I can come, right? And I don't mean no harm. I love y'all, but when it comes to whoever that's treating our people bad, I will come for your butt. If you robbing and stealing and taking from our homeless people to fatten up your pocket, stay the freak away from me, because that's not where I'm at. I'm talking to a guy today. He was telling me about the program he in. They only give him $15 and take all his money. I said, I don't do that. And I said, when you with me, that's why I want to get on the homeless part. I mean, the housing part of Community United, because we have an organizer that actually works in that area. Then I want to start putting back on, if we can grow like that, monthly meetings where we do like the war on drugs, harm reduction in the community of color, because we have to build back up in our Black communities. And I'm gonna tell you, when we was doing it, I would invite people out who say, like, all of us came from a rugged lifestyle, and we might have started businesses now, or since we've been clean, some people got their law degree and they doing stuff to fight crime or fighting the system that wants to, like, oh God, I hate when I can't find words, but when the system want to crucify you more or something like that, the Black people, or I'm gonna say the low to moderate income. Because I was reading back over Community United stuff, and Community United does everything strengthen the community do, as far as fighting for the people. We have the same concept. That's why I was saying Jane left as the director of Community United. So my thing is, if they want me to step in that position, I have no problem, because I'm already doing it with strengthening the community. If I don't step in that position, I'm still coming, and I'm going to keep doing strengthening the community, and we're going to do what we got to do. Either way, I love y'all, and I'm going to get ready to go, because it's 35 minutes, and I was just going to try to do it for half an hour. But I wanted to come on because that was too much texting for me. I love y'all, and I am going to give y'all the more of the dates that coming up. We're going to have some mean topics, y'all. And if you got a book that you want somebody to help you publish it, that's what B does. So we're going to explain that more for a lot of y'all that wants to do certain things. And we should have slots if you want to come in and you got some type of program that you want to come in. And now, mind you, it will go live stream and it would actually go to TV as well. So we get ready to get the package together. And we'll see how many, business we can, programs we could put together for that TV part of it. So I love y'all. And I'm just kind of letting y'all know a little bit the next phase that Strengthen the Community is going into. I love y'all and I'm out. Take care, family.